Imagine walking into a school auditorium on a bright Saturday morning. Balloons sway, banners hang with cheerful messages, children chatter excitedly. The air smells faintly of popcorn and fresh paint. Everyone seems happy until you notice a whisper, a pointed look, a smirk from someone who thinks they own the place. Jordan Hayes, 35, medium dark skin, athletic build, short curly hair, walks in confidently. He's casually dressed in a fitted navy blazer over a light blue shirt, dark trousers, his shoes polished. He smiles politely, shaking hands with parents and volunteers. But then he sees him. Mr. Hastings, 50, pale skin, medium build, graying hair, blue eyes, formal dark suit and tie, arms crossed, smirking arrogantly. That one look cuts deeper than words. Jordan knows he's being judged, mocked, and underestimated. The children sense tension, too, some stopping mid-conversation, others whispering to friends. Jordan straightens his back, dignified, holding his head high, feeling a surge of resolve. But then they realize they had no idea who he really was. Jordan grew up in this community, played in these halls as a kid, and always dreamed of giving back. Today, he's undercover, blending in to observe reactions unfiltered. The auditorium is packed, parents chatting nervously, teachers standing in clusters, volunteers rushing with clipboards. He notices subtle divisions. Some teachers avoid his eyes. Others glance curiously. A few parents whisper, trying to figure out who this man is. Jordan moves along the rows, shaking hands, listening politely. Every smirk, every whisper, he notes mentally. He remembers the times he was judged for the color of his skin, underestimated, dismissed. And now, decades later, the irony is almost sweet. He's here, in control, but still feeling the sting of bias. It starts subtly. Hastings whispers loudly enough for a few nearby to hear. Does he even know how schools work? His tone is condescending, meant to belittle. Jordan pauses, then smiles politely, nodding as if the comment didn't sting. A teacher nearby stiffens, unsure how to respond. Some parents glance awkwardly. Children notice the tension, whispering to friends. Jordan's eyes scan the room, noting reactions, the division. He feels that familiar fire, the urge to respond, but he knows patience is a tool. Every microaggression is a piece of evidence, a marker of arrogance and entitlement. He thought he could intimidate, but he had no idea what was coming. Jordan notices subtle support from Ms. Ramirez, 38, Hispanic, medium build, shoulder-length black hair, wearing a professional but approachable blouse and slacks. She nods at him, a quiet gesture of solidarity. Jordan's shoulders relax slightly. Meanwhile, other teachers avoid eye contact. Parents murmur. Children whisper, sensing the tension but not fully understanding. Jordan moves between tables, listening, shaking hands, showing genuine interest in student projects. Hastings watches, irritated that his mockery isn't achieving dominance. The air is thick with judgment, observation, and anticipation. Hastings grows bolder, pointing fingers at a student's project. Really? This is what you call achievement? His laugh carries an edge of arrogance. Volunteers flinch. Teachers shift uncomfortably. Jordan approaches, smiling politely, letting the comment land without confrontation. The irony is sweet in his mind. The man who believes in hierarchy and superiority is about to witness the power of true leadership and generosity. Jordan notes every word, every expression, ready for the right moment. He thought he was untouchable. He had no idea what was coming. Jordan moves closer to the stage, observing every movement. Hastings leans back, clearly expecting his subtle intimidation to work, smirking confidently. Jordan taps a child on the shoulder, asking a question about their project, genuinely listening, smiling warmly. The children beam, sharing their work proudly. Hastings' smirk falters slightly. Volunteers glance nervously at each other. Jordan notices the subtle shift, the energy in the room beginning to change. The arrogance that seemed so impenetrable now wavers in the face of patience, dignity, and kindness. He knows the moment for action is approaching, but he waits. Timing is everything. They laughed at him. But the game was about to change. Hastings leans over to a colleague and says, "I don't know why he's even here. It's not like he understands schools." Jordan, overhearing, smiles politely and notes the irony. The man mocking him has never created anything of value with his own hands. never faced the obstacles Jordan overcame. Volunteers and parents continue bustling around, oblivious to the silent showdown unfolding. Jordan's mind races, planning his next move. The humor of the situation isn't lost on him. How little Hastings understands the depth of his achievements. The man mocking him didn't even know who he was. A parent asks a question, and Hastings interrupts with a sarcastic comment. "I'm surprised they let him anywhere near this event." The words hang in the air. Jordan's jaw tightens ever so slightly. The room freezes for a heartbeat. Some teachers avert their eyes, unsure how to react. Children glance up curiously. Jordan finally steps forward, smiling warmly but with unmistakable authority. He thanks the parent for the question and promises to personally fund any project that needs support. Gasps ripple through the room. Hastings blinks, realizing the implication of the statement. But Jordan doesn't pause, continuing with genuine enthusiasm. Their arrogance was about to meet reality. Jordan moves toward the podium. The microphone squeaks slightly. He taps it and silence falls over the auditorium. Even the children stop whispering. He adjusts his blazer, glances around, and speaks. "Today I'll be personally funding every classroom project, and I will match every donation made." The sound echoes. Shock spreads across faces. Teachers freeze. Parents gasp. Children erupt in excitement. Hastings' smug smile disappears entirely. The arrogance that once dominated the room has no foothold now. The irony is exquisite. The man who mocked him has no power here. If this story has you hooked, hit like and share it to support Axiom USA. The room erupts with energy. Parents rush forward to congratulate Jordan. Children swarm the tables, eager to show their projects. Volunteers take photos. Teachers exchange nervous glances, realizing that their assumptions about this man were completely wrong. Hastings sits frozen, his voice lost in the background noise of enthusiasm and gratitude. Jordan hands ceremonial checks to the principal, smiling as he does so. Ms. Ramirez quietly shakes her head in admiration. Every person in the room is now aligned with Jordan, except for Hastings. They never expected him to have this much influence. Jordan pauses at the podium, looking over the room. He senses Hastings' internal panic. The man is trying to grasp how he miscalculated. Volunteers murmur among themselves, impressed. Children cheer louder. Jordan's calm authority contrasts sharply with Hastings' crumbling facade. A few parents lean over to whisper thanks, unaware of the silent victory Jordan has orchestrated. Every smirk, every condescending glance from Hastings has been nullified by this single moment of generosity and leadership. Jordan Hayes steps fully onto the stage, adjusting the microphone. He glances at the principal, Ms. Ramirez, and a few supportive teachers. "I've always believed that education is the foundation of a stronger community," he begins, voice steady, confident, warm. "Every project here matters. That's why today I'm not just donating, I'm matching every donation made. Every cent." The room goes silent for a heartbeat. Parents freeze mid-clap. Children's eyes widen. Hastings, white male, 50, pale skin, gray hair, formal suit, jaw tight, stares at Jordan in disbelief. His smugness evaporates in a flash. Volunteers whisper excitedly, some gasping audibly. The power dynamic has shifted instantly. Jordan's quiet authority now dominates the room. The man who mocked him had no idea what was coming next. The energy in the auditorium shifts explosively. Children jump up, waving thank you notes. Parents push forward to shake Jordan's hand. Volunteers snap photos, recording the unexpected generosity. Teachers exchange amazed glances, realizing their assumptions about Jordan were completely wrong. Ms. Ramirez discreetly smiles, nodding at Jordan. Hastings sits frozen, silent, unable to intervene, powerless as the room celebrates. Every whispered insult he uttered has been nullified by Jordan's actions. Every microaggression, every condescending glance now seems ridiculous in retrospect. Hastings tries to speak, muttering under his breath, I don't understand." His voice is drowned out by cheers. Jordan maintains eye contact for a brief moment, calm, composed, a subtle smile tugging at his lips. Volunteers and teachers watch, knowing Hastings misjudged the entire situation. The irony is perfect. The man who thought he controlled the room is now sidelined, powerless. Jordan's quiet dignity contrasts sharply with Hastings's crumbling facade. Every gesture, every laugh from Hastings now feels impotent. Jordan has transformed a scene of intimidation into one of empowerment and justice. The man who mocked him had no idea his arrogance would be exposed. Jordan steps down from the podium. Children run up to him, parents thanking him profusely. He exchanges a few quiet words with Ms. Ramirez, nodding with genuine appreciation. Hastings retreats silently, his presence now irrelevant. Jordan reflects, resilience, dignity, and strategic patience often speak louder than anger or confrontation. Injustice can be exposed not just through direct conflict, but through calm, consistent action. The auditorium is alive with excitement and inspiration. Everyone, except Hastings, now recognizes that true leadership and integrity transcend bias. Want to hear more untold stories of injustice and resilience? Subscribe to Axiom USA and never miss one. As the event winds down, Jordan waves to the crowd. Children hug him, waving handmade cards. Parents linger to thank him. Ms. Ramirez exchanges one final approving nod. Hastings slinks away, now irrelevant, powerless in the wake of Jordan's leadership. The auditorium empties slowly, filled with warmth, gratitude, and hope. Jordan's journey reflects the power of patience, resilience, and dignity in the face of bias and injustice. Today, a community learned that respect cannot be demanded, it is earned. And in that moment, justice was quiet, yet undeniable. Thanks for watching Axiom USA, where every story reminds us of resilience and truth. Like, share, and subscribe for more.